Okay, guys, last week you went over the atomic structure, which you talked about protons, electrons, and neutrons, and that elements are atoms of only one type. And elements are identified by the atomic number, which is the number of protons in the nucleus. So this week we're going to talk more about protons and electrons. So electrons are arranged in the region around the nucleus called an electron cloud, and these energy levels are located within that cloud. And at least one energy level, and they can have up to at least 7. Electrons in levels farther away in the nucleus have more energy, and the inner levels will fill first before you go to the outer levels. And we talked about that. Remember, the first level has up to 2, second level has up to 8, and the third level has up to 8. But remember, we talked about this is only for the first 18 elements only. The electrons in the outermost level are called valence electrons, and they determine the reactivity, how elements will react with others to form compounds. So the least amount of valence electrons you have, the more reactive, and they want to form with other compounds because they want to fill up all those levels. The outermost level does not usually fill completely with electrons. Elements are grouped into vertical columns because they have similar properties, and these columns are called groups or families, and there's 18 of them. Group numbers can help you determine the number of valence electrons. Group 1 has 1 valence electron, Group 2 has 2, and groups 3 through 12, which are the transition metals, which are that drop-down point in your periodic table, they have 1 or 2 electrons. Groups 13 through 18 have 10 fewer than the group number. For example, group 13 has 3, 15 has 5, and 18 has 8. And remember, group 18 are the noble gases. Reactivity is a chemical property that determines how elements will react with others to form compounds. What makes an element reactive? The number of valence electrons do in each atom. When the outer levels are full, that atom is stable, so it doesn't want to connect with anything to make a compound. When they are not full, they like to react. They'll either gain or they'll lose or they'll share 1 or 2 electrons. The most reactive metals are the elements in group 1 and 2. Elements in group 1 need 7 more electrons to fill that outer level, and in group 2 they need 6. These groups are known as the givers because they easily give up their valence electrons to make a compound. The most reactive nonmetals are groups 6 and 7. 6 only needs 2, and 7 only needs 1 more. These groups are known as the takers because they easily receive valence electrons to make a compound. Groups run vertical in the periodic table, and they're numbered from 1 to 18. And the elements in the same group have the same number of valence electrons in the outer energy level. Grouped elements behave chemically in similar ways. So this will help you with trying to figure out in your STEM Scopepedia which ones are more reactive and which ones are not.